Okay, well, here we go. Thought I'd do a little streaming today. Not sure how long. Maybe just a couple hours. But I'd like to progress my city a little bit. And as promised, I'd stream every step of the way here. So here we are. Trying to remind myself where I was yesterday and pick up from there. So we're gonna just kind of watch the sim here a little bit. See where things ended up. That's right, I had resource issues yesterday. Oh, that's right, the train expansion. The train expansion, or expand into the hills and find my own ore. I think that's where I'm at this point. Train or more ore. That's where we're going to have to land on. Okay, so let's take a look at the resources. Ore mining. Where to hit. And obviously here's a good resource site. This one, I think right there, solves a... I mean, we could go right there. That would also allow me to build around it with... I mean, this whole area, if you look at it, could be a resource area. We wouldn't have to do very much as far as building up. And then I can continue to go this way until and then this would be another mine. So go this way, mine, so mine, maybe a mine here. Forestry. And in here maybe another subdivision. Down here subdivisions across this way, right? So plenty of living space down in that area. So see yeah. How much money I got? 179 an hour, I got plenty. So here's the big buy. Right there. Look at the difference between wood and ore. 22.7 thousand tons.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens.
A heavy storm is approaching the city, and the likelihood of hail is very high. Traffic slowdowns and damage to crops and property are expected. Citizens are advised to remain indoors until the situation passes.
Yep, I think this is going to happen here. I was just looking over my stream. All right. Well, no time like the present. Purchase made. What do I do? Think another exit's in order. And that's how we'll get there. So the mine. See, I'm gonna have to buy more though. Need both those for this to be effective. So we're gonna do this. And then that will let me draw a new district specifically for this area. It's gonna be our resource district. Cindyston Terrace. Yeah, we're gonna need an exit here. I kind of like this. So ideally we would just, we'll go right over the middle. That's where we'll end up, right over the middle. The other option is you do this. No, we're gonna do this. I like this. I think this is a good one. I don't really expect traffic ever to get too heavy. Let's do it. We can always. So we're gonna slow the sim down. Alright. So we got our highway. Yeah, we'll go smaller. Alright, from here, 2 lanes down, that way, 2 lanes up, that way, roundabouts. Yep, large roundabout to manage this. And now this is just a normal highway. There we go.
You're listening to Second Moon Radio with J. Thomas Hornbuckle, and we're pervading some of the finest classical music on the air. Keep that dial right here.
This just in from traffic. If you're thinking about hitting the streets, you can expect delays on the major roads,
Right.
especially during rush hour.
Now I can build a highway.
Seems like everyone is in a hurry to get somewhere fast. It's worth slowing down. And if you can, plan your trip outside the rush.
Oh, I don't know. I'd rather wait an hour in traffic than to have to start thinking about everything all the time. Besides, if I did that, I'd never get anywhere.
Industry in the region is on the rise,
Yep,
and when
another
business
highway
is
this way.
doing well, that floats our boat.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda.
A chilly day with temperatures a little low, so if you're heading out, don't forget your jacket.
Bring that right up this way. There is another highway over here, isn't there? Huh. Well, that is an interesting idea. Really changes the look of this intersection, though, if I create a complete loop around the city here. Then drop off. Something to consider. For now, I'm just going to do this. And come up this way to here. Pop a roundabout in, not even a big one. That's a small one. Nice, right on the edge. Ended up perfect. And I want this here. I'm going to do more than one, so I just want to see if I can get as much of the purple area covered. So do one like that. And then I'll do a second one up here. You know, I don't know that I like that here. I think that might be just a little better. Right through it like that, though. Maybe I'll do
We
half.
interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin.
A severe hailstorm is approaching. Damage to crops and property is expected. We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm is past.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go like this. And then just do a half circle. This way I don't have to really waste any of the area. Can also make this road a little smaller. Do a small road, right? Yep, small road. Keep going. Right about there. All right. Now we just need to worry about power and electricity. Can I just throw this out here? Oh yeah, look at that. Plenty of room for power. So we'll just put power right here. Just like
We interrupt
that.
this program to bring you a special news bulletin. A heavy storm is approaching the city, and the likelihood of hail is very high. Traffic slowdowns and damage to crops and property are expected.
Okay, so we've got
Citizens are
electricity.
advised to remain indoors until the
And
situation
we need
passes.
water and sewerage. That we will have to draw. Perfect. Okay. Now we're not going to waste anything. Just like that. Okay, there we go. You know what I can do? Is we just like that, so I can have more industry if I want. Now, right above it, since this is the whole idea, is I can drop in a second ore. It's gonna be more like that. A third one will go here. So this one can about right, I think about right there. Pretty solid. Did it wrong. That's fine. I guess I gotta draw through it no matter what. Not too bad. Get that blocked. Just like that. Alright. So we've got heavy mining going on out here now. That's going to address some of my resource issues. Here. Speed the sim back up, because they did fix this, right? Yes. Just a roundabout they can drive all around. Go for it. The rest of this is simulation fix. Making highway travel out here. Okay, and here's highway, trains. This is going to be the site of my international airport. Makes the most sense. I can bring the trains right into it from there. Maybe put this into use. Still have this issue down here with traffic, but mostly it's just the bikes, and which is a congestion point. Would have been a lot better served with the bridge, but messed up this bridge early on. Have to kind of live with it. Oh, no. Oh, possible?
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
This thing here is the problem. This has a lot of connections. Is it because of this little bike path? I think I'd have to like destroy all this stuff here. Destroy this probably. So destroy this, and look at how much use this gets. I mean, alright. Maybe it's time to make up for badness. Slow down the sim. Destroy that. Oh, look at that. Finally. Oh, hooray. Nice. Well, that's freaking exciting. Fixing that is going to be huge. Now we can resolve this with something much more sensible. Alright, sensible meaning a bridge, a pedestrian bridge, or a bike bridge rather. Alright, where's my bike bridge? Remind myself. It's a path. Okay. How can we just go from here? Up 30 feet. Can I do that? Well, that's not high enough. It's going to have to be 90. So this could be 90. And then from here we would go down. Provided I didn't end up with some sort of a bug. This doesn't look like it'll bug, so we go here. But that doesn't help over here. This is where all traffic is driving. How can I get that up here? Am I gonna have to destroy that? Just go from the ground here and just go up and over. And then come back down. Go up, down. Straight down. That might be what we're gonna do here. I don't know that I have a choice otherwise. Okay. And we're gonna start here, but we're gonna start on the ground. So starting here. Here we go. How far do we have to go before we're... Really? Okay, plan B. Okay, so it's interacting with that is the problem. There's not enough leeway ahead. It's okay, I can fix that. Huh, well, I'm sort of stuck now, aren't I? I'm not gonna let me go that way. Okay. So any change, really? Come on. Killing me, Smalls. We were so close to fixing this problem. Instead, we've just created a whole new one. Ah! Destroyed my highway. Okay, fixed. Okay, so that works. Okay, so this actually gets me over, right? It's funny. So I'm over. Okay, so most importantly, we have a bridge that made it over. Now I need to be able to bring this down. So can we just convert straight to a bike path from here? Oh no. No, sir. There will be no upgrading of that. How about right there? Any shot? Any shot, any shot. No, this street is not gonna let it happen. I don't think it's that. I think it might be this. No, nothing weird. Oh. It's not gonna be that. Could be this. But see, if I destroy those streets, those are gonna create problems. Could be that. Oh, could be this bike path right here. Weirdest stuff.
Local authorities
All right.
are urging the public to conserve water and reduce the burden on the city during this water shortage. Consider installing a low-flush toilet.
Again, this
Cut
is a
back on
major
watering the
intersection where
lawn,
my bikes
and
like to
shower
go
with a
over, so
friend
I
whenever
need to
possible.
solve this
This has been a local public
better
service
than I
announcement.
have. This is what I've got going on now.
Second Moon, the station
And I'm getting rid of these because they're in the way.
fear extending their ears to the more challenging
I don't know, that one needs to stay.
Let us move now from the musical
Oh, that may be why I have a hard time bringing it down, though. Okay.
Here we have some
So we're gonna back this one up a little bit.
My dear Professor Hornbuckle, whereas I make no apology for my erudite, modesty demands that I prevaricate against the title. I am a humble devotee of the form, and all my expertise derives merely from a life devoted to the...
Maybe I'm just going to use a cover bridge instead.
Though I do thank you for the honor. But I digest. To continue. Professor Hornbuckle, as a traveler from my homeland, I long to hear a tune that speaks to the anguish of my weary soul. But there now, my good fellow, chin up, as it were. No need to wallow in sediment. Leave that to those poet chaps, eh? Here's a tune just for you, and I do hope it provides your aching spirit some modest consolation.
There we go.
In local coverage, the Tourism Board just released their figures, and it's good news all around. Tourism was way up over the previous season. Pretty amazing, right, Jim?
You bet, Glenda. I guess everybody is figuring out that this is the place to be.
Industry in the region is on the rise, and when business is doing well, that floats our boats.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda.
Looking like a wet one today. I'm gonna keep dry and stay inside. Local weather all day, every day.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens.
A heavy storm is approaching the city, and the likelihood of hail is very high. Traffic slowdowns and damage to crops and property are expected. Citizens are advised to remain indoors until the situation passes.
All right. How many feet? Whoa, whoa, whoa. How make bridge? How many feet over bigger ships and go under bridge? So you can adjust bridge sizes in the UI. So if you're, like, for example, here for this bridge, you see it has elevation. And you can adjust the elevation. You see I'm adjusting all the way down to 90 is the lowest you can go, or 0 really, right? Highest you can go is, like, what's this? 600 feet for this particular bridge. Different bridges are going to have different elevations that are available to you. And you can't just start that high off the ground, right? It's letting you know how to gradually get to it. So you still have to account for the physics of the game and working around it. Now, you can account for those physics in one of two different ways. You can do what I just did, which is, you know, play with it and delete things and bulldoze things and until you think you got it right. And I'm hoping I have it right. You saw I struggled a little bit with this right here. It was sort of a moment, but the rest of it turned out okay. And hopefully I just haven't created yet another, you know, bottleneck right here. But yeah, I mean, I may have, and if so, then I'll have to, you know, expand the bridge. But I was hoping to get past this down this way. But anyways, that's one way. You can play with it like I did. The other way is mods. A lot of people have made mods for this game that are designed to make it easier for you to do that. And I don't use mods, and the reason why is if something doesn't work in this game, oftentimes the first thing to point to is a mod for the game. So it's a catch-22. You know, you could be in a position where it helps you, or it could be in a position where you try to do something to make it easier for yourself, and instead you just really just made it harder. So I hope that answers your question, Larry. If not, let me know, and I'll try to clarify. All right, so we're feeding people out here at the haunted house. I think anywhere my bikes exit at this point are going to end up traffic if we exit into a city, or exit into a street. So the only other option would be to somehow get it over to here. And I was going to try that, but I was getting all sorts of errors, and I think that's because of the hillside. So it's hard to tell from this angle, but like my whole city is like at the foothill of these mountains. So it's essentially, if you look at it like this, like here's sea level, right? And like there's my city. And you can kind of get a look for the hill. It's hard to see, right? But there it is, begins here and goes all the way up. So there's this map in particular. What happened here? Let's rebuild that. So what happens sometimes is you'll get weird hang-ups in the map. And it can happen in other maps too, not just this one. Okay, so we're back and running again. Are my bikes all moving? No, these guys look stuck. Are they? Because they're stuck trying to get across the street here. That's okay. They're all lined up back here, waiting to get around the corner. All right, so we got one bike jam back here, but I mean, you know, they're going overhead too. I freed up this corner, which was nasty. I mean, this corner was bad. So, with all the people here, I'm really happy I got the bikes out of this corner. So that's good. I seem to have created a bit of a traffic situation here, but not too bad. At least it's moderate. I don't seem to be getting any backups, and the only backups are in the bike line. And I mean that is what it is right now. I think until I get better public transportation in play, we're just gonna have to mess with that. What's going on down here? Cool. Whoa. Oh, is this the way in? Oh, it sure is. Okay, so we've moved traffic to way down here. We've got a gaggle of people because there's a bus stop, I think, right here, or a tram stop. And then this is also where people can get in their bikes and get on, so. Wonder if I can put a bike station in, like, right here. If I have room. Let me see here. This is for an underground one. I think that's just going to be too much. Large might be too much, but medium looks like it'll fit perfect. Okay, so we got a medium storage facility right there. And, oh, wow. What are you guys waiting for? Whoa, where are you guys going? You all waiting for the bus? I think so. They add trams to my lines. Okay,
A
so that
driving
wasn't
advisory
really
has been
used.
issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you
This
must
one.
drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise
And we need
caution
more
if you must
trams.
drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
You're listening to Second Moon. And here we have another letter from our listeners.
Dear Thomas. Ah, the familiar pseudonym. Ain't you gonna play Gonna Get Some or Baby Got It Bad? I do not recognize those titles, but I doubt very much that erroneous batch ever put quill to paper and wrote anything about
Okay.
getting some. or anything about
Drop the
any
price on that because I
baby
actually want people
for
to
that
use
matter.
it.
Get serious, people. All
This
right?
is going to create a
Hmm,
little
here's
bit of a
another
holdup. That's okay.
Eternal testament.
Hopefully that'll move some people.
Industry in the region is on the rise, and
We're
when
gonna give the
business
sim
is
time to
doing well, that
work
floats
this
our
out.
boats.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda. And on to our main feature story. The commercial district is booming as the area is attracting more high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes while sipping a fancy local Jarva mate, or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this.
We're looking at clear and sunny skies across the region today. Don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to getting out and enjoying a nice walk in the fresh air later today. This is local weather with you all day, every day, rain or shine.
All right. No bikes in this region, just in case. Okay, we got one resource issue. Not bad. What do we got here? Any more steel? Well, we're trying. We are trying. Okay, my landfill is only at 34%, not bad. Fire. That was what I was hoping to get last time and I never did. So that's my biggest gap is fire right now. We're gonna have to improve fire. Fire and traffic. What's going on here? Why is this guy just stopped? Okay, we're gonna need a light here. This can't be a thing. That's terrible. Gonna try that bus route again. Wow, we are backed up. That's okay. Again, I think it's because my trams right now are loading people. another school. This is pretty full, so no more schools needed there. Did this drop a school system? I dropped a Netherlands school, I think. Yep, there it is. How many is that? 500 more students. Close to capacity. Small little death wave to deal with, so
This is an
I'm gonna
emergency
add in
broadcast to all citizens. A severe hailstorm is
probably another
approaching.
crematorium.
Damage to crops and property is expected. We urge citizens
Yep.
to stay inside until the storm has
Just
passed.
over in this direction more, just to give it another easy location for the hearse to work. And just operate in this district. Okay. Yeah, I don't think this is too much of traffic issues right now. And let's see if this will work itself out. Up to 210 an hour now. Need to let this run for a good 10 or 15 minutes so it gives me an idea of how much the actions I've changed impacted the overall sim. So I mean, I've entirely rip and replaced the bike lane, added a bunch more trams, plus the resources. Now the resources clearly have had an impact. You can already see that happening with the money change. The next is going to be how much of an impact all of these infrastructure changes have made, particularly the trams. And then I think it might be time for subway system. Healthy population over 100,000 and congestion, but slowly getting better. We may need a place to park bikes over here. What do you think? People need to be able to exit here and park their bike. we're gonna put a couple. We're just gonna put some bike shelters right along here. This way, if people want to, they can just boom, exit, park their bikes. Now, is there anywhere I can work a large shelter in? Oh, there's a couple across the street already, but we can try and down this way. It's small. There we go. One there and one right next to it. So ideally, we'll draw the bikes this way instead of across the street. Already, I think we're clearing up a little bit. There's less road traffic, and most of the traffic I'm seeing is from the bikes, which for now I'm accepting is almost like a solid tell of might need more public transportation, but we'll see. I can deal with bike traffic. It's just when the bikes start causing road traffic issues.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement. A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
Has anyone seen my keys? My keys. What? I'm here.
Sorry about that. It's I just lost my keys. I'm sure they'll turn up. They're for the brown sedan parked outside the radio station. Oh, wait. I probably shouldn't have said that. If anyone finds them, please don't steal my car. I mean, the old Hornbuckle mobile, please. Oh, good. Here they are. Well, never mind now. Thank you for listening to Second Moon.
Local stargazers are in for a real treat tonight as the aurora borealis is expected to light up the night sky.
That's right, Jim. Don't forget to look up this evening. It promises to be quite a sight.
We're live, and we're getting reports about a traffic accident somewhere in the city.
Road maintenance services have already been dispatched, and traffic flow should return to normal. But if you're planning a quick trip out, you might want to wait a little while until everything clears up.
If you're in it, you You already know about it. No use reminding you. Meanwhile, expect delays and drive safe.
We're looking at clear and sunny skies across the region today. Don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to getting out and enjoying a nice walk in the fresh air later today. This is local weather with you all day, every day, rain or shine.
Okay, well, things are looking better, and traffic I'm seeing is mostly from the bikes. Rest of the city is looking very nice. See how demographics look. A lot of homeless, so I'm gonna need to build some more homes. Probably low rent to start. 25% unemployment, so we've got heavy unemployment. So we're gonna want to take care of that. So let's first look at these homes. I think I've got a easy place here to lay down some more homes. I mean, we're still in Cindy Crossing. So, for now, we're going to stick with the same theme of homes. These are EE homes, I think. Low density. Okay, so we've laid out a good amount of low density homes. Gonna target here for an overhaul. I guess we're okay. Yeah, we'll put some high density right here, I think. Yes, we can. And room for medium. Where shall I play the mediums? Maybe over here. What is that? It's a road maintenance, so maybe not. And also, if I want to expand this tram, I may need to leverage that space. So for now, we'll leave that alone. That may even turn into commercial. This is the beginnings of the Netherlands, right? Our recycling center, and what is it? These are DE homes, I think. These are DE style. We're gonna find out. A little close to this recycling plant, so this may be a risky move, and we may have to relocate these people later, but for now, it's a risk I'm willing to take. So my plan of attack here, I'm going to take a look at my population. You see I'm continuing a rise in both unemployment and homelessness. And even though I'm adding more homes for people, because unemployment is so big, they can't buy them. Which means I probably should insert some more rent, low rent, and sorry, I got distracted. Oh, you need some help, dude? Shay Harper. It's alright, Shay. You just sitting here waiting, huh? Feels like nobody's coming. Up. They got you. See, wasn't too bad. Wow, what's going on here? Alright, can we empty? I think we've got too much here. Okay. Start emptying. Hopefully I'll be able to process all of it. I'm sure I will. If not, I'm sure the game will let me know. Alright, job creation. Chemical plant. Chemicals are everything. And more are made here every day. Indeed. We're going to drop that chemical plant. Plus 1% industry efficiency citywide.
A severe hailstorm is approaching. Damage to crops and property is expected.
Sorry, folks.
We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm is passed.
You're going to be more efficient. It's better. Trust us. Bit of a death wave. This is my original intersection. You know, when I first started the game, it's from about right here. Pretty solid that it's relatively traffic free. So where to from here? Death. Death waves and avoiding them. So crematorium availability is still high. Cemetery availability is still high. Could be a traffic problem, but doesn't look like it, does it? So, it is what it is. We're gonna drop another crematorium right there, just for extra help. And in the meantime, I'm gonna look at production. Surplus.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise
Surplus.
caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
I'm struggling here a little bit.
Advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service
But
announcement.
we're pretty balanced at the moment. So I think transportation is going to be my
You're
focus for
listening
now.
to Second Moon, the epitome
Try to get
of
people off the
classical
street a
listening
little
at
bit.
home or wherever you roam.
So let's go good traffic.
And on to our main feature story. The commercial district is booming as the area is attracting more high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes while sipping a fancy local Jarva mate. Or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this.
So here,
This just in from traffic. If you're thinking about hitting the streets, you can expect delays
Here.
on the major roads, especially during rush hour.
Good to know, Jim. Seems like everyone is in a hurry to get somewhere
Here.
fast. It's worth slowing down. And if you can, plan your trip outside the rush.
Oh, I'd rather wait an hour in traffic than to have to start thinking about everything all the time. Besides, if I did that, I'd never get anywhere.
We're looking at clear and sunny skies
okay,
across the
so
region today.
I like
What
to
about you?
plan out
I'm
where
looking
my
forward
subway's going to go
getting
first.
Out and enjoying a nice walk in the fresh air later today.
So
This
like
is
if I'm going to do
local weather with you
subway,
all day, every day, rain or shine.
oh, it won't let me until I buy it, huh? Yeah. Alright, so we're going to need a yard. And no reason a yard can't go out here. Terminal subway yard. Subway yard, there we go. Well, I gotta decide where I want to lay this down. That subway yard takes a good amount of space. So, I'm torn between laying down the subway and putting down more tram. But that just really gets me more road. But I could do like elevated tram only lines. customer issues, huh? Oh, customers issues as far as staying here, right? Because there's demand for homes, but they can't afford to live there. Where my buses are at. We'll bring a few more into the line. So 25 and 95 are in use. So we're gonna add another line in. Question is where? Somewhere I don't have trams. So let's take a look at my map here. So my trams are not very present up in here. So let's add in some stops. Fact, let's start a route. It starts here. Goes around here. 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 We'll stop there. We'll come through. Stop here.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens.
A heavy storm is approaching the city, and the likelihood of hail is very high. Traffic slowdowns and damage to crops and property are expected. Citizens are advised to remain indoors until the situation passes.
Okay, and that should let me then go back. Okay. It's kind of like an inner bus lanes there. Now I need to, and I'm connected to because of that other bus system, so that's excellent. Now we need a system that starts here.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin.
A heavy storm is approaching the city, and the likelihood of hail is very high. Traffic slowdowns and damage to crops and property are expected. Citizens are advised to remain indoors until the situation passes.
bus routes. It's a long way. Alright, let's see how that does. See if I can remember the route. I haven't laid this all out. Here we go. Why don't you go that way?
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
Trying to avoid some of these more busy routes, but it might be inevitable. We'll see how that works out. The route looked a little funny, but we'll see. Oh, Deathway. In my most populous zone. Okay, I've added a whole bunch of buses. Gotta
This is an emergency broadcast to all
give
citizens.
these
Increasing
changes
areas
an
of forest are
opportunity
being
to work
engulfed
out.
by flames. The thick smoke rising from the fire makes the air dangerous to breathe. Citizens are advised to vacate any premises near the fires. Remain
Try
at
to
a safe
fix
distance
situations
until
like this
emergency
one.
services manage to get the fires under control.
This traffic is mostly bikes, so that's why I put a lot of those routes I put in were for bikes. So people can put their bikes on a bus. And honestly, with all these people down here, we should be able to drop in some commerce. So I'm going to do just that. See if it works out. Without knocking down buildings, is it possible? Maybe, maybe not. all pretty big. Gusto Gelato, though, will work. A little petrol station. Why not? Not gonna put a northeastern section in for those. Oh yeah. Put the lobster tail right in there. Actually, can I move the lobster tail and put it next to the Riverside Grill? See if it makes some high density pop here. Seriously, this is a residential area. Kind of the edge of the UK high density even. Oh yeah, look at that. That's what the people wanted. More high density buildings. Maybe back here I can put those commerce. See, it is zoned already for commerce. So it's ready to pop. Room for another parking facility here. Maybe. You betcha. Jack up the price of this one. And this one. Fire is my bane right now. My fire department is lacking for the area. I'm waiting for the next level up to improve my firefighting citywide, but until then, I'm hoping the education of my sins overcomes any severe fire threat. By the way, thanks for stopping by and checking out my stream. Several new people have subscribed lately, which has been pretty cool, and appreciate everybody who's liked the videos. I mean, aside from chatting with you, that's really the only way that I know that you enjoy this, and I guess I'd probably keep doing it either way, but it's fun knowing when people like what you got going on. I enjoy cities, and I've played a lot. I like talking into this microphone. And oftentimes when I'm playing this game, I found myself talking to myself. And I thought, you know what? Why not just start streaming? And that's what I do. So I sit here and I talk to myself, and talk about what I'm doing, and interact with people when they want to talk. And if you don't want to, that's fine too. Whatever works for you. Anyway, thanks for coming by. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Alright, so no major congestion yet. That's good. Tram line 1 is just not getting used. It could be because of lack of tram availability, or just because of the location of the tram, but that's terrible usage. This has really dropped in usage. It's got maximum assigned vehicles. Is it just jammed up? Doesn't look like it's moving. Yeah, we're slowed down. What is going on here, people? Wow. What y'all doing? What are we waiting for? What tram line is this we're all waiting for? So this one's suffering from not enough tram. Okay. You are just a horde of people walking. Alright, maybe we do need just a tram up and down the street to get you off this corner. But we're not going to stop here.
driving
stop
advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions
track.
improve. This has been a
No
local
problem.
public service announcement.
How delightful! Another letter from our erstwhile listeners. What's up, honey? Me and my sister love you. Oh, that's nice. Y'all got clarinets and violins, but you got something most music these days ain't. Let me guess. Lineage traced back to the great Haydn himself? Let's see here. Y'all
Let me
got
try to
soul.
square this out.
Oh, yes, soul. A raison d'etre? Delicious. My sisters say whoever you got playing the keys got more funk in his pinky. But I told her that ain't funk. That's classical. Yes, indeed. That must be most exacerbating. Classical music has been known since the time of the early explorers. Funk, by contrast, is an entirely modern conceit, and you'll find none of that here. Funk, as they say, is for the layperson. Now, let's hear another one of those soulful cants.
And on to our main feature story. The commercial district is booming as the
That's a
area
bus
is
stop right
attracting
there.
more high-end stores, bringing the
put a
latest in
tram
luxury
stop
to our
here.
neighborhood. You can now shop
We'll
for
back
designer
that off.
shoes while sipping a fancy local Jarva mate.
here.
Or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this. Industry in the region is on the rise, and when business is doing well, that floats our boat.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda.
A chilly day with temperatures a little low, so if you're heading out, don't forget your jacket.
Oh, that's the wrong side. Unless I'm starting on the right side. Which I could. Yeah, let's just start with that. That actually may work really well. Okay, I don't like how it just abruptly ends here. I'm gonna have to put in a couple more stops. So here, I think we need a stop. Maybe here. It's pretty close to the corner, but not just here. Okay, and then we can come back around. There is a stop there. Yep, there is. Good. Okay, then we're here. Again, I prefer here. Okay, that might work better. Let's try this again. So where do we start here? instead. I think that makes more sense. So just go one block deeper. Maybe avoid a lot of that traffic. So that this can go here. And then this one can go here. Here's fine, I don't want to stop. Alright, here we go again.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens. A severe hailstorm is approaching. Damage to crops and property is expected. We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm has passed.
Up the street.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. A heavy storm is approaching the city, and the likelihood of hail is very high. Traffic slowdowns and damage to crops and property are expected. Citizens are advised to remain indoors until the situation passes.
There we go. The newest tram enabled. Of course it needs cars. That's not a problem. Tram depot right there. We need to get extra cars, and here we go. So the key we're trying to do is maybe get some of these people here into trams. So instead of them just all trying to cross, hopefully they'll gather up here if that's where they need to go. And they'll jump on the trail. So it's going to take a little while to clean out, but I think that will at least move traffic a little bit. Up there, it should drop people off up there. Yep. Perfect. So once they work their way in, past this wreckage down
This
here.
is an
Should
emergency
be fine.
broadcast
Yep.
to all citizens. Storm spotters have reported a tornado currently heading towards the city. Extreme wind conditions are expected. All citizens are advised to seek shelter at this time.
Alright, let's take a look at the rules to live in here. Make sure I've got this set correctly. Oh, we allow bikes here. Yeah. 12,000 residents. 27,000 households, though. Oh, 12,000 pets. 27,000 households. That's a lot of pets. Average wealth is poor, but they're happy. This is the trams I just introduced into the buses, into our system. So they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're picking up all sorts of people, but they're creating a bit of a traffic jam for now. That's okay. It'll work itself out. We got trash problems out over here, huh? Okay. Why is that? Fine. Right, well, I'm gonna put a recycler in. Just across the freeway here. That one's there to solve this problem over here. We'll probably solve this from two different sides. We're getting big enough where it's not always going to be one-sided. My gosh, there's a nuclear station right here. We certainly don't need any other power than it. Crime. What type of population we got here? Put a Japanese police headquarters out here. Seems like overdone. Yeah, we're gonna go to the German local police station. I think that'll do it for now. I mean, literally, there's nothing else out here. So that's gonna go here. It's just gonna operate in this district. We're also gonna increase job availability out here.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets
Oil
until
refinery.
conditions improve. This
Oil
has been
that
a local
once
public
used
service
to
announcement.
lie
A driving
underground is
advisory has been
fashioned
issued for
to
the immediate
many
area
different
due to poor
substances
road conditions.
in this very
Please
refinery.
exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve.
You know, I appreciate the
This
road
has been a
warnings,
local
but
public
so many of
service
them are
announcement.
their timing is terrible.
You're listening to Second Moon Radio with J. Thomas
industrial
Hornbrook.
waste processing.
And
I
we're
think that's another
providing some of
upgrade I
the
don't have
finest
yet.
classical music on
Nope.
the air. Keep that dial
So,
right here.
This is industrial waste processing.
We're
That's what's going
live,
on. Whoa, what's
and
going
we're
on
getting
here?
reports
What's
about a
this?
traffic accident somewhere in the city.
Road maintenance services have already been
Yes.
dispatched, and traffic flow should return to normal. But if you're planning a quick trip out, you might want to wait a little while
coal.
until everything clears up.
If you're in it,
How did I end up with...
you already know
feel
about
ridiculous
it. No
now.
use reminding you.
That was supposed to be a
Meanwhile,
nuclear plant.
expect
How
delays
did I end
and
up with a
drive
coal
safe.
plant?
This just in from traffic. If you're
Yeah.
thinking about hitting the streets,
what
you
should be
can
there.
expect delays
Wow.
on the major roads, especially
I
during
was been
rush hour.
tired yesterday.
Good to know, Jim. Seems
All right,
like
we're slowing
everyone's in
down
a
the
hurry
sound.
to get somewhere
We're
fast.
destroying the coal plant.
It's worth slowing down. And
Yes.
if you can, plan your trip
wants a coal
outside the
plant?
rush.
Oh, I don't know. I'd rather wait an hour in traffic than to have to
You're
start
gonna get
thinking
moved.
about everything all the time.
Switch on.
Besides, if I did that, I'd never get anywhere.
We're looking at clear and sunny skies across the region today.
The
Don't know about
nuclear
you,
plant
but
is what
I'm
I
looking
really
forward
wanted.
to getting out
I don't
and
have enough room
enjoying
for
a
it.
nice
That's
walk in the
wonderful.
fresh air later today. This is local weather with you all day, every day, rain or shine.
That may just work out. Thriving Metropolis. Okay. Perfect. That is fantastic. You should connect here. Okay, that's one. And then let's do another connection. Like here. A small one. Just like that. Coming up here. Okay, that's 2 points connected. Third connection point. We're gonna bring power for the third one all the way here. Just trying to spread out the power. Drop a little further than 30. Oh, we have this here 30. No, I don't really want to cross lines like that. You know what? I'm not going to do anything with that one. That I'm going to reserve for later. So they have an additional connection point. trash problems here. Where is my recycling for over here? Ah, I got a recycling center right here. That's really the reason why we are having problems, except traffic, right? Well, with the improvements here, I can certainly add my industrial waste processing site, which is what I wanted. And fire watch tower, fire watching, helicopter depot. Okay, what do we got? EE style. Fire station.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens. A severe hailstorm is approaching. Damage to crops and property is expected. We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm has passed.
Okay, it's gonna operate there. It's gonna operate here too. I'm gonna stay out of this one. Okay, so I need a UK style one. Come on, trash collectors, let's go. Maybe that's hazardous waste, which is why it's not picking it up. this mess.
advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
You're listening to Second Moon, the station for the culturally sophisticated who doesn't fear extending their ears to the more challenging sphere of the classical genre. Let us move now from the musical page to the literary. Here we have some perfect English correspondence from a listener. My dear Professor Hornbuckle, whereas I make no apology for my erudite, modesty demands that I prevaricate against the title. I am but a humble devotee of the form, and all my expertise derives merely from a life devoted to the gentle arts. Though I do thank you for the honor. But I digest. To continue. Professor Hornbuckle, as a traveler from my homeland, I long to hear a tune that speaks to the anguish of my road-weary soul. There now, my good fellow. Chin up, as it were. No need to wallow in sediment. Leave that to those poet chaps, eh? Here's a tune just for you, and I do hope it provides your aching spirit some modest desolation.
This just in from traffic. If you're thinking about hitting the streets, you can expect delays on the major roads, especially during rush hour.
Good to know, Jim. Seems like everyone is in a hurry to get somewhere fast. It's worth slowing down. And if you can, plan your trip outside the rush.
Oh, I don't know. I'd rather wait an hour in traffic than to have to start thinking about everything all the time. Besides, if I did that, I'd never get anywhere. We're live, and we're getting reports about a traffic accident somewhere in the city.
Road maintenance services have already been dispatched, and traffic flow should return to normal. But if you're planning a quick trip out, you might want to wait a little while until everything clears up.
If you're in it, you already know about it. No use reminding you. Meanwhile, expect delays and drive safe.
Warm temperatures across the region today. Hope everybody out there has a good one.
Okay, feels like it's balancing out a little bit.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens.
Radar readings indicate a
Not bad.
tornado is approaching the city and will be visible soon. Citizens should seek immediate cover.
Alright, where is my school? It's over here. I don't want school. Well, that's some school coverage. Okay, so they were in Denmark. Those are the Denmarks. They were in Netherlands now. There's some Netherlands, little red bit. No, I'm gonna give it a save. 120,000. That's a good increase. You know, I also need the industrial waste processing site. We're gonna put that way out here. Yep. Yeah, I guess I can go right here. Oops. Yeah, that's not too bad of an oops. It really kind of lets them go straight in now without backing up because they're
We interrupt this
messing with
program
the
to bring you
factory
a
here.
special news bulletin.
A heavy storm is approaching the city, and the likelihood of hail is very
I
high.
mean, aside from building
Traffic
trains,
slowdowns and damage to crops and property are expected.
not a lot I can do. I guess I could
Citizens
do
are
it maybe
advised to remain indoors until the situation passes.
maybe like a storage yard. Something out here.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens.
A heavy storm is approaching the city, and the likelihood of hail is very high. Traffic slowdowns and damage to crops and property are expected. Citizens are advised to remain indoors until the situation passes. This has potential to even be a port, right? I think this actually leads to the sea. It does. Look at that. Any connections out here? Maybe. I think so.
interesting. I get ships all the way down. That'd be a feat. Anyways, I want the international airport to go here. That's really my true desire. So let's just buy this space here. Okay. Oh, we're not gonna have enough. We'll have enough for an airport, but not the international airport. If I put an airport in, though, I want it to be where somebody can fly across the city to the international one. So I put an airport like, I don't know, probably over here. And you can fly over the city, right? Over to here, to where the international airport is. That'd be cool. Well, that just means we'll have to level up before we add that in. Yeah, we definitely got issues here. Maybe that's just because of the way that's designed. Let's see if I can fix that. Why is that doing that? Oh, did I really, so they're all now using the taxi lane? They're all public vehicles, really? Guys, you're losing the whole purpose of that. Just convert to a 2-lane. Be done with it. And at least double the amount of traffic going down the road. So everyone's going in, nobody's going around. They want to go here and cross.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
Check education. Pretty good. Unemployment way too high. Bring commerce in.
This
down here,
is an
though.
emergency broadcast to all citizens.
A severe hailstorm is approaching. Damage to crops and property is expected. We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm has passed.
Wow, not enough customers. I mean, this is literally where the customers. This is the city bus station. This is where we're bringing in the people. I'm gonna lay down some high density and hope that it pops. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe not in this area. We're just gonna live in this condition for a little while. What if high density potentially pop in here? Probably not a good place. But a decent place for industrial. Yeah, there's already one on the corner there. I don't want to put another one next so close to it. Maybe here. Or way up over here. Yeah, this is a good spot. Wherever you have areas of heavy population, it seems death waves are at times inevitable. The key is having enough well-located crematoriums and cemeteries to take care of it all. Another one here. Is that really a good location? No, that's a terrible location. Yeah, we'll go here. Just all sorts of different parks here. Why not? There's plenty of room. And that will make this place look a lot nicer. That's too big. Alright, so those buses picked up some people. Maybe the park gave people something to do. Have a CN section yet, so we're not going to be building that up. College, university are fine, high school is fine, elementary school is the only one that needs a little bit more availability. This is where my current expansion has been going out here in Cindy Crossing. Really just a increasing sized EE community. So, I think we will drop. Well, my intent was to sort of build this way for a while and start getting Netherlands going.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens.
A heavy storm is approaching the city, and the likelihood of hail is very high. Traffic slowdowns and damage to crops and property are expected. Citizens are advised to remain indoors until the situation passes.
Then off the medium road. Small road.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions.
Okay.
Please exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
You're listening to Second Moon Radio with J. Thomas Hornbuckle, and we're pervading some of the finest classical music on the air. Keep that dial right here.
Let's drop loads.
And on to our main feature story. The commercial district is booming as the area is attracting more high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes while sipping a fancy local Jarva mate, or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this.
This just in from traffic. If you're thinking about hitting the streets, you can expect delays on the major roads, especially during rush hour.
Good to know, Jim. Seems like everyone is in a hurry to get somewhere fast. It's worth slowing down. And if you can, plan your trip outside the rush.
Alright, Netherlands.
Oh, I don't know. I'd rather wait an hour in traffic than have to start thinking about everything all the time. Besides, if I did that, I'd never get anywhere.
A chilly day with temperatures a little low, so if you're heading out, don't forget your jacket.
Especially with all those new industrial I built, we need low income to cover some of the jobs there.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin.
A heavy storm is approaching the city, and the likelihood of hail is very high. Traffic slowdowns and damage to crops and property are expected. Citizens are advised to remain indoors until the situation passes.
High-density French in here. Oh, there needs to be. Need people slowing down as they come up.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens.
A heavy storm is approaching the city, and the likelihood of hail is very high. Traffic slowdowns and damage to crops and property are expected. Citizens are advised to remain indoors until the situation passes.
Another death wave. This time it's traffic related. These guys are stopped. I think that should be a bike lane.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin.
A severe hailstorm is approaching. Damage to crops and property is expected. We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm is passed.
Oh, my bus. Alright, let's see how much that helped. Oh, you know I should put parking in to get people off the road.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens.
A severe hailstorm is approaching. Damage to crops and property is expected. We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm has passed.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens. A heavy storm is approaching the city, and the likelihood of hail is very high. Traffic slowdowns and damage to crops and property are expected. Citizens are advised to remain indoors until the situation passes.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens. A severe hailstorm is approaching. Damage to crops and property is expected. We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm has passed.
Cool how that created a whole park area now.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens.
A severe hailstorm is approaching. Damage to crops and property is expected. We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm has passed. Recent spikes in demand have led to temporary local shortages in the city's fresh water supply. The public should be aware that we are
Water?
struggling to get the
Talking
situation
about.
in hand. This has been a local public service announcement.
Whatever.
Pending
They want it.
updates to our power grid, the city will be experiencing rolling blackouts.
We are not.
We urge
You know
the
what?
public to remain calm
done with
during
your
these breaks
station
in
now.
service and to follow the
With all your
guidelines.
nonsense news. I don't think we're on the Jade Road today, though. I don't know why this place is struggling to get customers. See how that changes traffic flow. This is still doing its thing. That one we'll leave alone. Let's see if this will drive more customers here. So, listen guys, I gave you this taxi station. There's literally a bus station right behind you. And the last thing I can do is maybe throw a bicycle stand outside there. Aside from that, I apologize if your business is not good enough to attract you. There we go, underground parking hall. Wow. I don't want to write that down. Oh, large bicycle storage right next to your place of business. Right there. You guys have got to be able to attract customers. Yeah, I just need to bring more tourists to see. I need an airport. That's really what it's coming down to. That is not an upgrade I'm going to put into play tonight. Looking for a place to settle out for the evening here. I think it's here. Where I've been focusing all day. Getting this to make more sense. Okay, I'm going to expand just enough to get to 125,000 people. Hey, there it is, 125,000 people. So that's going to be my save for the night at 125,000. And that's where things are going to end. So thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for liking the video and for subscribing. If you put push notifications on, you'll know when I stream again. So you can do that if you're wondering when I'm going to stream again. Doing my best to try to do a little bit, if not every day, maybe every other day. So, again, thanks for checking things out, and I'll talk with you again soon.